The title of this video is gonna be I'm gay. And yes, I think I'm better than you. Because I do. This was literally inspired because on my last video, I got a comment that was like, you wanna get cracked so bad. And I was like, mm? And it just threw me completely off because I've just never gotten a comment or been talked in that manner in a long time, because the way that I live my life is very black and gay. And so seldom do I, or like honestly never, I don't engage with like men at all, and I also don't engage with like straight people at all. And so it's been a while since I felt like I've been seen incorrectly, if that makes sense. Um yeah, every time I experience something like that, or I'm just in a straight space, or I'm being like perceived by straight people or by men, or I just see how they interact and perceive each other, I get really culture shock because I don't live my life like that. And I think with that video specifically and that comment, it just made me go like, oh, because I live my life so freely to where like I can wear what I want and I can do what I want, and I only go out to events that are black and or queer, and I only go to parties that are black and queer, and I only go to like spaces that are black and queer. So, and I live in a very predominantly black and queer area, so it's easy to just do that without really thinking about it. And so when I'm out, I don't really think about what I'm wearing or how it'll be perceived, or have to worry about people making weird comments towards me, or, you know, any of that thing. I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So when I just got reminded that men exist, it was like, oh. And I think another thing that is just superior and adds into that culture shock that I was talking about is when you remove yourself from the manosphere and the conversations that are being had within like straight social media, straight spaces, Twitter, you know what I'm saying? As a woman, it is just a lot more freeing. Like everything I was insecure about went away. Everything that I was self conscious about went away. Because men have this weird, skewed, fucked up outlook on women and how they should look and act and be, that is very odd and abnormal. And for some reason, us as women would just let them have that expectation, and instead of saying this is unrealistic, this is unrealistic, women just try to conform, and you get women being like, oh yeah, my coochie don't have discharge, my pussy is bald, and all this weird shit going on. And yeah, that noise kind of goes away too when you don't interact with men or straight people. It's just, there's just so many benefits, you know. There's so many benefits, and I'm so sorry to every straight woman out there because they can't help it. You can't help who you love. Love is love. I know that love is love, but damn, it really sucks. Like it really sucks for y'all. And you know, I've been there, but I was a kid when I was there, but I've been there. So I pray for my sisters during these hard times because I know it's 10 times worse now. But yeah, don't be bringing that shit around here because this is my internet. I can delete your comment. I think when I was younger, when I was still dating men and stuff like that would happen to me, or men would comment on my videos, or I used to talk a lot on the internet. I used to yap on my social medias about my opinions because that's my shit. And men used to get so mad at me, which I should have known I was lesbian then, but whatever. And I would always feel the need to argue back with them and try to make them understand my viewpoint or fix them, let them know why they're wrong, and like drop this knowledge on them. And I feel like, in a way, it was because I wanted to kind of avenge men because I was dating them. And so it felt like if I could do this for these random men online that are just being so fucking stupid, then it'll give me faith that I can keep dating men, whatever the fuck. Which I probably didn't think about it that way at the time. I was just like, oh, you're fucking dumb and I'm right, so I'm gonna tell you I'm right. But thinking about it now, I'm pretty sure that was probably why, because now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I literally would never want to be you. Like, I would never want to be a man. I would never be in your position. I would say no offense, but there's no way that I can say all this stuff without it sounding offensive. But it's like I would never want to be a man. I I think that you're below me. I think that men are stupid, and I think that they just lack so much that me as a black woman possess, as all black women possess. So it's just when men act stupid, it's just like, yeah, you're a man. Why would I care about what you have to say about me? I wouldn't want to be you. I wouldn't want to have your brain. I wouldn't want to have anything about your life experiences. Like, gross. And yeah, so that was interesting. Um, I think that it is something very magical about being a woman that dates other women and loves other women, but the intersectionality of being black as well, it's just you're betting on a losing dog because the world already hates women because they're sexist, and they hate black people because they're racist, and then they hate gay people because they're homophobic. So you beat all the odds in the reverse Uno card way type of way. Like, it's crazy, but you do it for the love of the game, and you do it because you see the value of loving another woman, and it's just something so like beautiful and intimate about being a woman that gets the privilege to love and learn another woman. And I kind of tainted my own dating experience. I feel I didn't my love life was not terrible. That is debatable for some people, but I got the privilege of like having really good checkpoints throughout the relationships that I've had in my life. I've only dated one man like in a committed relationship, and that was from when I was like a freshman in high school all the way up to college. So we were completely locked in. But I look back at that time period where I was dating him and just the way that I loved and wanted to be loved, and reflecting on that, I could see that I was never going to get that from a man. I would write poems and make photo books and do all this very creative and meaningful shit that no boy, because we're in high school, as a boy, no boy is gonna give a fuck about that shit, you know? And I think constantly doing stuff like that, and then the door kind of slamming every time makes you think, oh, I'm gonna start doing less of that because it doesn't get appreciated, you know what I'm saying? But I should have been saving that for the right people. I should have been saving that for when I'm me now at 25. But when you're younger, you're just filled with all of this emotion with nowhere to put it. And when you're also a creative, that can just spew out in so many different ways. And yeah, I think I was always gonna be made to love women. I think just the nature of who I am, what I desire, I'm very demisexual. Um, it was never going to be a man for me. I think men don't stimulate my mind in that way, and they don't carry any emotional depth. Their intelligence, some men are intelligent, but if a woman is equally as intelligent as them, they feel threatened and the ego comes in. There's just a lot of ways that it goes sideways that aren't ideal for me when I think about the ways that I would like a partnership to go. And so, yeah, after I was in that one relationship, I dated women and have dated women ever since. And for a little while, I held on to being like pan because lesbians make you feel weird if you've ever fucking dated or had sex with a man. Like you could have slept with a man 50 years ago, and some weird bitch lesbian is gonna be like, "You're a cocksucker." Like I don't know. I've had some weird instances with biphobia that just scare me into wanting to call myself lesbian. So I call myself queer. But I genuinely don't think that I could date a man or marry a man. I don't even think I could sleep with a man, honestly. Like, I think men are attractive in a way that, like, a gay man can think that a woman is attractive, you know? But yeah, because I'm gay, I think I'm better than everybody who's not gay and black. Because if you're gay and black, you're like S tier. If you're a gay black woman, you're God. So, yeah.